Do you like superheroes? Do you like The Office?
The fire's shooting at us!
If you answered yes to one or both of these questions, then sit back and relax because I got the series for you. Damage Control. They're basically the garbage men of the Marvel Universe who clean up the messes left behind by the superhero fight bullshit. They're a division of the government dedicated to paperwork and bureaucracy that we don't see in the giant bombastic superhero stories. It's lighthearted and fun, so today we're going to run through their latest comic run from 2022, which I think is fantastic. Written by Hans Rodenoff and Adam Goldberg, with art by Jay Fosgitt and Will Robson. This is, again, Damage Control. So anyways, let's get into it. So meet Bart. He's the head intern who's chatting with our main character, Gus, who is the newest intern. Bart's job is he's going to be looking for what department our boy's going to be in. I'm going to point out now, the best part of this series are the superhero cameos of just them being normal people in the background. So while they're in this cafe, Moon Knight's also here and he's having trouble with the barista. I've got a grande quad non-fat 1 pump no whip mocha upside down for Mona. Maybe it's Moob knife.
Seriously? Moob knife? I said no whip.
So Bart and our boy chat about how he got the job after getting a LinkedIn message from the founder of Damage Control, and they head to the HQ. The HQ is located in the Flatiron Building. Very recognizable, very famous New York building. What's in it in real life? I don't know. But from the boys TV show, I guess that it's them. It's the boys. So they walk into the building and boom, we get a bunch of characters just standing there doing their thing. I'm not going to point them all out because you can do that yourself. Anyways, Gus and Bart walk through while we see Nick Fury and Thor having trouble getting through the metal detector. Then they get to their real destination, the mail room. Gus's first position is here, and his first assignment is to deliver an ice cream cake to somebody on another floor for their birthday. He heads to the elevator, and with his luck, he's in the elevator with Ghost Rider. Gus asks him to turn down the fire because it's melting the cake, but Ghost Rider chooses to be a dick and burns brighter. He gets out on his floor, which is huge because it's a pocket universe, so thousands of employees from several different departments. He gets directions from some nerd and steals a Twizzler. He heads off and passes a bunch of familiar faces. Most notably to me is some little bastard called Jerry the accountant, who from a quick search works for Mephisto, keeping track of all of his contracts. He finds the guy who freaks out on Gus because the ice cream cake's melted already. He goes off on Gus some more for not delivering any of the other mail he was supposed to, but Gus is too busy stuffing his face with the melted cake. So real quickly, Gus's quirk is that he's always hungry or eating something. I'll start to point that out from now on. The guy says that all the packages need to be delivered before everyone clocks out at 5 o'clock. If not, there'll be some world-ending tragedy or something of that sort. So he calls in a code black. What's a code black? It's Nightcrawler, who is now teleporting around with Gus, helping him deliver all the mail. They finish and Nightcrawler bamfs out of there. Except there's one letter left. Gus makes the very professional decision to shred it, stating that nobody will ever know. Immediately, alarms go off and everything goes apeshit. Bart shows up and asks Gus what the hell happened because the Skrulls are about to blow up the earth. Gus admits what he did, so he and Bart then go to the shredded paper bin to try and save the earth. Obviously, this would take forever, so who shows up? Quicksilver. He quickly finds the pieces while Gus chomps on a chocolate bar. Quicksilver runs away to hand off the letter, and Bart says he's got a better idea for where Gus's skills could be put to use. Side note, the cover of issue 2 is great. It's Ant-Man and Wasp running down a burrito being eaten. Each issue has a page with Marvel's version of Twitter, and the official Damage Control account is welcoming Gus, the newest intern, and Quicksilver tweets back some shit like, "Man, fuck this guy." So Bart and Gus are walking into the building as Gus is eating a burrito now. They go through security as Gus checks in his burrito, so this poor guy has to handle it, and even after another set of hands touch the burrito, Gus still eats it. I am gross. So apparently Gus is a people person, so he's sent to the Office of Consumer Affairs where they deal with complaints. Wow, that's a lot of people, and they've got a lot of complaints and also grievances.
Hey, no cuts, no cutting. How come they get to go past the fucking line? No fucking cutting.
We're not cutting, pal. We work here. Gotcha. No problem. God bless you. God bless you. You're all doing great work, especially you, Punisher. So apparently Gus is a people person, so he's sent to the Office of Consumer Affairs where they deal with complaints. Gus gets interviewed by the head of the department, who basically explains that they're like an insurance claims place. So if your apartment gets destroyed by superhero nonsense, well, come to us and we'll see if you're eligible to be reimbursed. So Gus gets an office, and he basically has Mr. Incredible's job from the first movie.
Didn't hide. You denying my claim?
But all he has to do is screen for legitimate claims. He doesn't get a computer, but he gets a box of tissues and a working urinal. His first client is this old lady who comes in with a cat. Wait, no, sorry, it's a flurkin. And it ate her husband and her penthouse at the top of the Woolworth building, which is a very expensive property. 80 million to be precise. Gus is taken back and very emotional at her story. Cut to 23 customers later. We see Gus is in full-blown tears, apparently sending everyone back, seeing all their stories as legitimate claims. Now we see this guy come in claiming that he was taken over by a symbiote and made to play games and eat stuffed crust pizza every day, but he's lying out of his ass and Gus is eating it all up. But then, boom, crash, bang! The Punisher comes in saying to Gus that he's got to go to the boss's office. She scolds him about how he's doing a shitty job, so he needs to tighten it up. He goes back and the next guy that comes in actually does have a serious claim though. He was on vacation when Ant-Man and the Wasp were battling some bad guy and his family was shrunk in the process. He managed to get them in a box, so Gus asked to see the box. And the dumbass immediately crushes it and the man screams obviously because he thinks his family was just murdered. The boss walks in hearing the commotion and then she gets Ant-Man on the line and in the end returns the family to normal size. Gus is fired from the department, so now Bart's gotta find him another position. Cut to a giant monster in New Jersey destroying a bridge. Thor shows up and beats him up. Cut back to Gus in the cafeteria. He has a loaded plate, the fucking slob. We also see Rocket Raccoon enjoying a single taco. If we refer to Video Game Donkey's rule for tacos, 3 is enough.
3 tacos is a good number. That's a number where you can go, okay, that was a good meal.
But we see Rocket only has 1, which is a shame, and I think that holds this comic back from being a top tier book. Anyways, along with the mountain of food, Gus also has the last piece of meatloaf, which Wolverine quickly slides in and snicks for himself. Bart says Gus's new position is in search and rescue, which actually is just rebuilding destroyed property. I know I said I wasn't going to mention each cameo, but these two struck a chord with me. Doctor Strange eating spaghetti because it's my favorite food, and Blade cutting a steak with his sword. It's just so stupid, and I love it. So Bart takes Gus to get acquainted with the boss of this department, but he's more focused on getting some sliders. They chat some more, then some guy from insurance and a golf cart takes Gus away. We then cut to see Hammerhead and Black Tarantula chatting about how Hammerhead wanted a laundering setup in New Jersey, but Black Tarantula didn't know what money laundering was, so he opened a laundromat instead. And because at the moment Thor is still fighting that giant monster, they decide to commit arson and get the money back through Damage Control's insurance claim thing. So cut back to Gus, now at the damage site. Him and Black Tarantula or whatever are talking about his claim. They chat more and Gus is bad at his job some more, then his claim is denied, luckily. Yay for accidental justice. The assurance guy tells Gus to go back to search and rescue, and now here we are. Gus, the boss, Thor, and the giant monster. The monster says he was a normal guy until he touched some glowing purple rock, which turns out to be adamantium, so he was a dormant inhuman. They take the rock, and the boss tells Gus to watch over it and to definitely not touch it. Gus thinks back about a story he heard from the 1991 Damage Control series where a janitor found a glowing orb, touched it, and got powers. So as soon as the boss leaves Gus alone with the rock, he touches it. What power does he get? He's turned into a giant guinea pig. Safe to say, he's then fired from search and rescue. We next see Bart walking into research and development to talk to this crazy looking Eugene fella, making what looks like a shit Iron Man suit, apparently for search and rescue, but we see it has weapons on it. Bart says that Eugene's in luck. He's been asking for an assistant for 10 years now, and he's got one now. Gus. So Bart and Eugene meet up with Gus, and Bart tells him the one rule he needs to follow. Do not mention the time Eugene was an evil supervillain from the 1989 Damage Control miniseries. So you and I both know he's gonna mention it, but the question is when. So next we see Gus in Eugene's lab, trying to make him human again, and immediately he spills the beans. Off top, first thing, Kevin Malone was able to hold Oscar's secret about being gay, but Gus couldn't keep this to himself for like around 5 or 10 minutes. Eugene says that Gus should stay a giant guinea pig and they should be an evil supervillain duo together, but luckily Gus is only stupid and not evil. Eugene turns him back human on the one condition that he tries to embrace his evil side for a bit, and he agrees. Cut to Eugene and Gus on the Goblin Glider flying somewhere. We learn more about the incident, and apparently Eugene went evil evil for all of 40 minutes. Riveting. They fly into the raft, and now they're talking to the wrecking crew. Eugene is trying to get them to talk Gus into being a supervillain, but one mention of prison food being shit is enough for Gus to nope out of it. So they dip, and while flying, they cut off the Fantastic Car. We can see the hand of the Thing, and I like to imagine that the Thing is like flipping them off.
Fuck you, you motherfucker.
Eugene now wants to show Gus the sexy side of villainy, so they go to a supervillain fight club.
How is this sexy?
I have no idea. Gus gets sick for some reason just watching Juggernaut and Rhino fight, so the Hood tells Eugene to take his sidekick and kick rocks. They take a tour of a bunch of supervillains until they hit Green Goblin, who takes his glider back. So now Eugene and Gus are stranded, walking back to Damage Control HQ.
Gus.
Come on, I am sorry.
They hitchhike, and Gus basically says that if Eugene wants to be a supervillain so bad, that he should just touch the goddamn rock and mutate himself. Cut to the cafeteria, and the alarms go off stating there's been another incident. Eugene's a giant slug monster. She-Hulk and Hercules step in and are quickly dispatched. Then Iron Man, War Machine, and Rescue show up to deal with Slugman. Bart and Gus watch the destruction as they talk about how the hell this could have happened, and Bart finally gets it. He knows the perfect apartment for Gus. The Damage Control Deep Storage Vault. Kind of like the one we see in Spider-Man Homecoming. They walk around a bit, and then this weird Indiana Jones joke happens.
This place is awesome. It's just like Hangar 51, where they keep the Ark of the Covenant. Who the fuck told you about the Ark? I need their fucking names right now.
They then go to meet Gus's boss down here. He gives Gus a job to go check the inventory, which he does, until he hears something calling out his name. It entices him to find it, and it's also telling him that it has snacks.
This guy's a fucking idiot.
The voice leads him to Jocasta, Ultron's wife or something, I don't really know. She activates and he makes her promise that she's not evil. There's a noticeable pause and she says, sure.
This guy's a fucking idiot.
I don't know. What do you think, Gus? You reckon this robot lady's fine? You know? She asks to be reunited with her love, Ultron. Surprisingly, Gus says no. Then she asks to be reunited with Machine Man, and he says no. So she asks to be reunited with X-52, to which Gus shames her for being in love with so many people, and she gets pissed. But honestly, guys, like, I get it.
She's something else.
So he reunites her with X-52, and they start making out, which is upsetting to me, honestly.
It should have been me, not him!
They then start busting out other robots, and Gus isn't okay with it, but Jocasta says if he doesn't go along with it, she'll blast him with her laser eyes. They get a Kree Sentry and another silver robot that I don't know, and then all together they bust into this box to get an egg. Next, they start reactivating Sentinels, and the alarms go off. Gus is like, dude, this is messed up.
Yeah, no shit, dumbass.
You did this. Gus runs away with the egg as defense systems shoot at the Sentinels. By the way, the egg is the voice that led him to activate Jocasta and start doing all of this. So next, he runs into the boss from down in the basement and he says he's fired. They're just holding off the Sentinels until the big gun arrives. The big gun in question is Magneto, who makes quick work of all the robots. The head of Damage Control arrives and gives a USB to Magneto as per an agreement of some sort, and he leaves. She then asks, where the fuck is Gus? Cut to the head of Damage Control now shouting her fucking lungs out at the head of each department he was fired from. Apparently he wasn't supposed to be fired, and they need him at Damage Control just to monitor him because he's special, so he's like a nepotism baby. All the bosses say whatever happens, it doesn't matter who he's related to because he can't be that important. Then the Silver Surfer flies in saying that it does matter. Gus is actually Galactus' son because a piece of his helmet broke off and came to Earth. I don't know how that works out, but you know, comics, whatever. So this is why Gus was always so goddamn hungry. And the egg or whatever that Gus got in the basement is a Galactus seed. What's a Galactus seed? Well, apparently it was created by Eternity and holds cosmic power and could implode the entire universe or something. And now it's in the hands of our resident dumbass, Gus, who is now freely walking down the street with it. They talk together and come to the conclusion that Gus will go to grad school. Lastly, we see the pink symbiote that was mentioned earlier by that fatso, so I guess he wasn't lying at all. It tussles with the Flurkin from earlier on a dumpster. Gus wants to take a 2-year program at grad school, but the seed settles on a 1-year degree, referring to Gus as the heir of the devourer of worlds. Seeing as Gus is an idiot, who knows if he even understands what that even means? The comic then states it's the end or the beginning, but for the sake of this video, the end. If any Marvel property needed a Disney Plus show, this is it. A sitcom based around everyday people living in a superpowered world, but nope. I guess we need more series about superheroes that should just be movies. Honestly, I was like 2 issues in when I started this video, and by the end, I kind of ended up disliking it a bit. Like, watching an idiot is fun, but they need to be competent sometimes, I think, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but watching him just fuck up again and again and again really started to piss me off around issue 3. Also, I think the real strength of this series is seeing heroes and villains do mundane tasks that really humanize them. Normal stuff with a superpowered twist, yeah? Like Superman shaving his beard with heat vision, or Blade cutting that steak with his sword. So DC has an equivalent of damage control, and it's called Power Company. So if you'd like me to cover that, leave a comment. I might cover the previous damage control series, as it seems that they connect with this one. And if I can find the sequel to this series when it comes out, I'll do another video if you guys like this. Until then, thanks for watching. Cheers.
Cousin told me to shoot, so I'ma shoot. I'm a lion and tiger inside of the zoo. Yo, bitch is a cow, all she does is move. Can't reply to you, I'm stuck in the stew. Can't reply to you, I'm sipping on yak. Yo, bitch is nasty, she suck on my ball sack. Yo, bitch is nasty, she also suck on the strap. Yo, bitch is fat, she look like a Big Mac.